Hi guys, this is Christy Folk with Create with Christy. Thank you so much for watching today. I know that said live will begin soon, but I had to record one today, so I'm setting it up as a premiere. So the way this is going to work, there's still going to be a live chat on YouTube. Uh, those of you, I hope that there are people from Facebook watching here on YouTube because I just couldn't do it live today. I hurt my back. I twisted, did something. I'm okay for a little bit, but the more I do, it starts bothering me more and more. So I thought I better hurry up and get this recorded because this afternoon I think I need to prop my feet up with a heating pad. So what I'll do, this is still going to premiere at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So as you're watching this, we're at 3 o'clock. And I'm sitting here with my computer right now, ready to chat with you. So please still chat, say hi, say if you like something, if you have any questions, please still comment. And I'll be right there answering your questions and saying hi back because I still want to interact with you. But I need to be sitting up in a recliner, and I can't do that and do a video at the same time. So that's why I'm doing this early. So I did still want to do a video, though, because this is another one of my card class at home videos. And this is the last one for 2022. And I'm going to be featuring the Ringed with Nature bundle. Now, this stamp set and the hybrid folder with the dies will still be available after the July to December mini catalog is over, but the bundle price will be gone. So if you haven't gotten this yet and you want to get all of this, so what it is, it's the Ringed with Nature stamp set. And these are called the Tree Rings Hybrid Embossing Folder is what it'll say, but it comes with the hybrid folder and the dies. So whenever you see something that says hybrid folder, that means it has dies that go along with it. So don't be thinking you're paying that much for just the folder. It also gets this. I'm going to show you how this works on the first card too. So the way to get my class, well, I'll tell you that here in just a minute. Let's go ahead and do the door prize. Let me get the cards. Last week, I did the Sweet Gingerbread card class at home. And I want to thank everybody that ordered. I really appreciate it. And I will be getting those mailed tomorrow. I've got them all cut out and ready to go. But the way my back is, I think I'm going to have my husband take it to the post office for me tomorrow. I probably better not drive. So these will get mailed to you tomorrow. So you should get them probably, hopefully within a week. You know how mail's getting right now with Christmas. So what I'm doing a little different this time. I'm going to do 2 drawings. And so you'll get 1 card. So I want to have 2 winners, and then I will mail a card to both winners, okay? So let's do this card first. So I'm going to go ahead, go to my wheel. Like I said, I am doing this just like a live, so I don't even have to edit it. So we're going to have that weird picture here. I'm not even going to edit this out. There we go. So I've got all the names of everybody watched the live last week and watched the recording last week. Let's go ahead and spin this. And the winner for this card's Gladys. Congratulations, Gladys. You've got that for our home to yours. And now we're going to do it one more time. And this is for the one that had the trees on it. And I'll show it here in just a minute. Pat Robertson. I always wait till it's completely done because sometimes it keeps moving. So Pat, congratulations. You've got the second card. So let me go back to what I need to be working on here. Sorry, I'm thinking backwards today. So Gladys, you've won this one, and Pat, you've won this one. So please click that contact me link below in the video description and give me your mailing addresses, and I will get these mailed out to you right away. So go ahead and put these to the side. Now I'm going to do the same thing this week. I'm going to do 3 cards, and what we're going to do, if you're watching the premiere right along with me, which is actually technically live, but not really live, you know what I mean. So if you're here watching it with me, then you'll get put in the drawing. I'll get everybody's names put in after the video's over, the premiere's over, and you'll get put in the drawing to win one of the cards, and you get to pick which card you want. And then in 2 weeks, I'm going to take the next 2 weeks off because of Christmas for lives. It'll be January 3rd, I think. We'll draw the names for anybody that comments during the video, the live video, and during the recording after the premiere's over. So it's like pretty much the same as it usually is. And then I will decide who gets which card on the drawing. But if you're watching this premiere along with me while it's live, so it'll run probably until 3 to 4, something like that. Then I will tell you the winner about 40 minutes after the premiere's over, and you can email me and give me your mailing address and tell me which cards you want. So I'm not going to be putting myself on, like, I don't know if I said this earlier, but I decided I wasn't going to put makeup on. I'm just not feeling up to getting all dressed up. So you're just going to see my hands today. So let me go ahead, and I want to remind you of a few things real quick before we get going on the cards. Don't forget about my monthly online card club. Uh, this one is going to be featuring the True Beauty Bundle. I decided to get something out of the annual catalog because a lot of the things in the July to December mini catalog are retiring. So that's why I picked one out of the annual catalog in case something sold out on me. That's what I had trouble with that last month, I mean. So you've got until December 15th, which is Thursday, to subscribe if you want to get in on this kit. And then there'll be another one starting in January. And then I'm going to use new stuff out of either Celebration or the new January to April mini catalog. But this is what's going on right now. For $39.50 every month, you get $21 to $27 worth of Stampin' Up! Product. Usually I do a half pack of designer series paper, a roll of ribbon, or a pack of embellishments. This month I did something a little different. And what I'll do, I will put a link down below in the video description of the alternative cards I did for the club this month. And you'll get all the information there and see everything goes in the club. So I'm not going to go over it completely now. Just go to that video and watch the beginning of it, and you'll get to see everything that you get with this club and see the alternative cards in case you missed that last week. Okay, actually 2 weeks ago. We have a new paper pumpkin kit, Key to My Heart. So I'm taking it for granted. Usually January is about Valentine's Day. That way you get it in time to make it before Valentine's Day. So this should be a good kit if you like Valentine's Day projects. Make sure you subscribe by January 10th. And there is a link down in the video description to subscribe there. And I have good news. If you want to do my card club or order to get this card class at home supplies free, wait till the Thursday, which is the last day to order for this class. You will get free shipping if your order is $75 or more before shipping and tax. I couldn't believe it when they told us this last night, or actually it was yesterday afternoon when I saw it. They did one of these not too long ago, I think only a couple months ago. So I was really surprised they're doing another free shipping. It's a really good deal. It's you're going to save at least $7.95, and it's 11% of whatever your merchandise total is. Once you get that $75, you're going to save at least $7.95 in shipping. So it's a really good deal. So it's actually a little more than 10% you're saving. Well, actually, it'll be 11%. What am I saying? Yeah, 11% that you'll be saving. So make sure if you're wanting to get the supplies for this card class for free, make sure you wait till Thursday to place that order. If you think you're going to place one that's $75 or more, if it's going to be under that, then you can do it anytime between now and Thursday. Speaking of my class, so make sure you know about this for all my new people. I've been doing this like the third one I think I've done. This is the Ring with Nature class at home. If you place at least a $45 order before shipping and tax, you'll get the card kits to make 2 of each of the cards that are pictured right there. And that's what I'm getting ready to make here in a few minutes. If you place at least a $60 order before shipping and tax, you'll also get a full pack of the Rustic Metallic Adhesive Back Dots free. And I'm using those embellishments here on the card. Now, in your supply kit, you will not get any of the embellishments. I do have some linen thread I'm using. I will cut that and put that in your kit. But the embellishments, if you don't get the $60 order to get the free Rustic Metallic Adhesive Back Dots, then you can use any embellishments you have on hand. And you don't technically have to have the stamp set either or the colors. You can substitute with another stamp set. So you don't have to get the Ringed with Nature, but if you like the cards the way they look, I would add that to your order. And there is a supply list of everything that I used that does not come in the kits, like the ink colors and things like that. It's usually just ink colors adhesives in the bundle. You can click the the card class at home link below to get that supply list. So I'll have that in the video description. Okay, I think I've got all that. If you're have any questions, whether you're watching the premiere live with me right now, you can ask me and I'll answer it right away. Or if you're watching the recorded version once the premiere's over, that is fine. Just comment and I'll get right back with you and answer your question, because I always check your comments even after the premiere's over. Okay, I think that's all I need to show you right now. So we are going to get started on some cards. So I'm going to grab the first kit here. And let's see, what do I want to do first? Okay, I'm going to show you, we're going to do some die cutting first. So I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine. Oh, very carefully so I don't hurt my back. This thing's a little heavy. Okay, now I'm going to show you how this die works. So let me find, oh, there it is. I covered it up. With this card, I used this die and these dies, but I already die cut those ahead of time, so I'm not going to worry about getting those out right now. I'm using this die here. This one I will show you, so that way I can show you how you die cut all these images, because this is just regular die cutting off this one. This one is going to be showing you how to use that hybrid folder, so that's a die we're going to be using. And I think, oh, and I did also do the mushrooms, and I die cut those ahead of time too, because it's going to be die cutting that you do the same sandwich you do with this, so you'll know how to do that. But your kit, all of these will be die cut for you, these little images. Now, I don't do the stamping for you per Stampin' Up! Rules, so that's why you have to have either this bundle or yourself, or substitute with another stamp set. And then I'll be using this folder too, the hybrid folder. So I'm going to grab a piece of, this is like a, oh, it's just a little square piece I knew would be big enough. I decided to use the biggest wood slice, okay? So what you do with the hybrid folder, you look for the Stampin' Up! Logo, okay? And then you have it face down. Then you grab the die, and you want to have the blade facing up. You lay this down, and it locks. Oh, I got it right into place. I just jiggle it, and when I feel it's not moving, I know I've got it locked into place. I'm going to take this piece. This is the one I want. Okay, like so. Cover it up. Make sure it's still covered up. Now, for using this folder, it's just like using a 3D folder. So I want to take the die plate and the standard cutting plate away. And then I will put this down, and I want it to be fold first. And then I'm going to grab the specialty plate that goes right on top. And what this is going to do, it is going to die cut and emboss at the exact same time. I love our hybrid folders. We don't have too many, but we've got a few. There's one that's already sold out of the July to December mini catalog, and I think we've still got one in the annual catalog too, but isn't that neat? So we've got both of these. Now, originally, I wanted to stamp this. See how what I did? I stamped this and then ran it through the machine. Well, I can't do that in your kit, so I improvised, but I want to show you how you could do that. If you wanted to have the grain look, you stamp first and then do what I just did. So I would have stamped this on the 3x3 piece of cardstock I had, put it in here, made sure it was right in the middle, and ran it through. But since I couldn't do that for your kit, I'm going to take another piece, and this time we're die cutting. So that's what you do to emboss with a 3D folder, and use that die. So now I'm going to bring these back in to set up for die cutting. You need that platform. You always need this bottom platform here, the die plate and a standard cutting plate. And then this was the die that I got out that coordinates with the inside of the large one. Each of these rings here with the embossing folder also has one here to where you can die cut this out. So like if you wanted to use early espresso to have the bark part to be darker, and then you can do an inner one and cut it out with crumb cake to have the inside lighter. I've done that before. So now I'm just going to put this down, and then you just put another standard cutting plate on top. So that is how I die cut all the leaves and stuff I'm going to be using. This is the same sandwich. But I thought I just need to show you one. And like I said, in your kit, these will be, this one here will be die cut for you, and so will this. And you'll also get all the mushrooms and the leaves I'm using on it. Okay, so I think, oh no, I do need to emboss. This also just plain embosses. So I'm going to take away the standard cutting plate and die plate again. I'm going to get a piece of the soft suede. Put this in here. And I found with this piece, there is the same line across the bottom. I just kind of lined that up because I liked how that was placed with that. I thought that covered the sheet pretty good. Then I need to grab that specialty plate again. So use the same sandwich, just without the die. Run it through. And now we've got this neat embossed background for our card base. So that's another neat thing to do with it. So let's see, I'll put this here. Get this. Now we're done with the die cutting machine on this card. And I think I'm just die cutting. Let's see if I'm done. No, I will be using embossing. Oh, don't worry about it. We'll just get this. The last card, I'll need that again. Okay. So let me get this over here so I can get it out again later. We've got this ready to go. Excuse me. Now I'm going to get some stamping done. So let me grab my mat here. And this is the one I'm going to use. Now, you have a 50-50 chance of getting this lined up right. Now, if I end up getting it lined up right. If I'd done it this way, these little bumps here they've got that come out. Let me get this a little closer. See these little bumps right here? See how those little indentations in the other one aren't lining up quite right? Oh, no, they are. Here, let's turn it around. See, that one, well, no, they are both. Okay, I guess it doesn't matter. I was thinking there was a right way to do it. They line up no matter what. So you just look at these little bump outs. Will line up right inside there. So either way works. Now, if it's backwards, if you've got it upside down, it doesn't line up, then turn it around. Turn it over, I mean. But there we go. So I knew I kind of wanted this to look like this. It really doesn't matter, just as long as the house fits. So what I'm going to do, see if I can stand up here. I'm going to get my Poppy Parade out. And here is, oh, I forgot to tell you what stamps. In case, that way when you're doing the class, you can get your get your stamps out. I use these right here and the Thinking of You stamp. I do believe that's it. Yeah, those are all the stamps I used on this card. So I'm using my Poppy Parade. And I also give a PDF to the people that order to get the supplies. That way you've got the dimensions and everything written down if you want to make the cards again. So hold that down. Then I'm going to grab the roof. Where did I put that? There we go. And I'm going to use Evening Evergreen. And I'm okay with the bottom. This is a little lighter than the top, but that's okay. That kind of gives it the rustic look I'm going for anyway. I'll make sure I've got that inked up good. And then I'm going to line this up on the top. There we go. So now we've got our house ready to go. And it'll just go right on here when we're ready. I'm going to grab a piece of basic white. And I'm going to do Thinking of You. I'm going to use the Evening Evergreen. And I'm going to stamp it here on the right side of it, because I'm going to do a little cutting job over here to have a little bit of a different end here. So put that over here to the side. And, oh, there's only one more thing we need to stamp. This is a piece of basic white that's going to be on the inside of the card. So once again, I'm going to grab the house, hold it down for a few seconds. There we go. Do the Evening Evergreen. I always like to do a little something on the inside that coordinates with the outside. So that is all I did for the inside of the card. So let's go ahead and put this together. So I'm going to close these up. Put this to the side. I'm going to grab my card base. Let's get this out of the way. And this is Evening Evergreen. Line up those corners. Get my bone folder out here. Okay. It's kind of weird doing this live and I'm not looking at your comments, but believe me, I am watching this with you if you're watching the premiere. So please still comment and I'll answer your questions, but I'll be typing it. So let's see. I think I'm going to grab the piece of Rings of Love Designer Series paper. This is no longer available anymore, but this was during Celebration. You could get this free with a $50 order. It was a really neat pack. I ended up getting like 3 or 4 full packs of this. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use this paper and put them in the card kits. So if you missed out on getting this, you're going to get a sampling with the cards. So this was the image I used here. I'm going to turn this over. It was really cute paper. I liked it a lot. So I thought I'm going to use up some of the paper I have. So I've got plenty for the card kit. So don't worry that you may not get enough. I've got plenty. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to line up the top edge of the DSP, the top edge of the soft suede piece. Lay that down. And yep, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the card base. So we'll get some seal in the corners. And we'll put this right in the middle. I love the colors in this paper too. The neat thing about this paper is it covers seasons throughout the year, which is really neat. It's got Christmas and winter looking ones and spring and summer. It's really neat. So we've got that there. So if you've got this paper, you already know how great it is. Let's go ahead and I'm going to put the inside in just so I don't misplace this because I'm all done stamping it so it can just go on the inside of the card. And that's ready for have a greeting written in it. And don't forget, if you comment during the premiere, you can pick one of these cards out if I draw your name to have it mailed to you. So don't forget about that. So we've got this recording, like I said. You get to you can comment after the premiere is over and still be able to get one of the cards, win one of the cards. You have two chances. Okay, so we've got this. What do I want to do next? I'm going to grab this. And I'm going to pop up the back of this one. So this one I'm just going to put on with regular seal. Line up those indentations inside the little, there we go. You'll see how it fits together. So that's ready to go. And I'm going to put some linen thread. What I didn't really measure this, but I made it to where it will wrap around my hand 3 times. Okay. Maybe even a little more. And then pull your hand out, and you've got nice little loops here. Make sure it's long enough that they're showing, and they are. See how that's showing right there? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put adhesive across the middle of this, and then get these loops where I want them, and make sure that it is attached to that adhesive right there, okay? So I just wanted a little bit, didn't have to be much, and I can separate these loops a little bit, and I will probably do that more once I get it on the card. So we're going to turn this over, and I'm going to put some dimensionals on it. And since it's dark cardstock, I'm using my black dimensionals, and I'm going to put one right there over that linen thread so it'll stay attached. And then I think I'll put one, let's put one right back here. And then I think I'm going to put a couple here. I just don't want this wobbling on me. That should be plenty. I want to make sure, too, I covered up this linen thread so it doesn't come off again. Take off the paper, not again, but that's so it doesn't come off later. And then we get the backings off. Boy, that one's being a pain. So I'll try, there we go. Throw that away. And I'm going to put this about right here. I want a little bit of the designer series paper to show here. Move this over like that. Okay. So we've got that on there. Now I'm going to grab the greeting and grab my paper snips. And instead of just doing a regular banner, I'm kind of going right down here and going at an angle like so, just to have a little bit of a different look on that end. Okay. Now, this is going to be going on here. So this is already going to be raised up, but this side needs a dimensional. So I'm going to turn this over. So the side that I just cut, I need a dimensional. And it is kind of, well, no, I think we'll be good. I was going to use 2, but I think 1's going to be fine. Then I'm going to put some regular seal here on this end so it'll attach to my house layer. I put this down. I don't want to cover up those loops, so I'm going to bring those down a little bit. It's okay if you cover up just a little bit of the house. There we go. I want to make sure it doesn't go over the edge of the cardstock. Oh, it does help if you take the backing off. And then, I'm going to put this right here, okay? So we've got that ready to go. Now I'm going to bring in these cute mushrooms. I'm going to see if I can get these up a little closer. They are embossed. It's going to be really hard to tell if they're embossed. No, you might be able to see it a little bit. You can definitely see with the cap of the mushroom that it's embossed. But what I did, when I die cut these, the stem is 1 die, but it die cuts both of the stems. So you only have to run it through once. Now there is only 1 die for the mushroom cap, but that's okay. You just run it through a couple times. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put these together. Oh, get over here. I thought the narrow ends should be on the top. So I'm going to grab some glue dots here. And the side that has the embossing, which is what I want to be showing from the top, I'm going to turn it over so it's facing down because I actually want the glue dot to be on top of the stem, okay? So there it is. It's right there on top. And then I'm just going to put the mushroom cap right on top. So now we've got one mushroom ready to go. We'll do the same thing here. Make sure the embossing, there's the embossing, have that facing down because I want the glue dot to be on the side that has the embossing. Okay. And then take the mushroom cap and put it right on top. Okay. Now, I'm going to lay these down. I think I want them to be kind of like this. And I just went ahead and put adhesive on the caps instead of doing the stem, since you can also put a little glue dot here at the bottom of the stem if you want to. I'm just going to go ahead and grab some of my seal, cover up that, because I think that holds it on just fine, and have it kind of angled like so, okay? And this one, do the same thing, put some adhesive here on the cap, and I'm going over the top of the stem. And then I'll put this one right here next to it. When I first made it, I didn't have those mushrooms on there, and I thought, oh, it needs something. And I thought, oh, the mushrooms, they're so cute. So I've got those on. So that was the Poppy Parade and Soft Suede, in case I forgot to say that. Then, see what else. Oh, then I've got the 3. You'll find these in your kit, and they are embossed on one side. So I've got those die cuts here. I am going to, let's see, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to do the adhesive again. I'm going to grab my silicone mat. So make sure the embossing is facing down. And I'm just going to put adhesive on the leaves. I'm not going to worry about the stems since they're a little narrow. Be careful when you do this that you don't pull too hard. I'm kind of holding the bottom of the leaf so I don't rip it off when I do the seal. You could also use glue dots for sure if you're worried about doing that. Then I can pop this under here. And we'll put that one right there. Then I'm going to do this leaf one. The embossing's facing down. Put a little adhesive on that leaf. A little bit on this one. I'm going to put this one under here a little bit, more under the greeting than the wood, okay? I thought we needed a little something. Oops, if I can get my finger off my adhesive. There we go. Then the one that's got the berries on it. Let's see, I'm just going to put some on the leaves again. Okay. That should hold it just fine. And then this one will go over that leaf one just a little bit, but more under the wood that time. So now we've got all of the die cuts on. Got one more thing to do. These are the rustic metallic. Oh, I forgot to show you everything you get in your class. Let me show you that real quick. You know what? We'll finish the card, then I'll show you that. I'm getting off track here. Not thinking very clearly today. Here's the one I want to use. I used 3 small ones. I love the different sizes. So if you place that $65 order, $60 order, you get, before shipping and tax, you get these added to your card kit for free. So I'm going to use the small ones. I thought I'd put one right here with the house. I thought these went really good with this stamp set. I thought I needed one right down here on my Designer Series paper and another one here on the greeting. Of course, you can put them wherever you want. If you want to add more, since you'll have the whole pack, you can do that. But remember, all you have to do, well, here, let me just show you. I've got the card done. There we go. Since I'm doing this as a live, you're going to get all of my mistakes. Okay, so here is what you're going to get if you place the base $45 order. Here are the card kits for all 3 cards. You get 2 of each, so you get to make 2 of each. I've got, see if I can get these out without making them fall over. See, there are all the die cuts that come in the kit along with the ribbon. So that's everything you need there. I just don't do the stamping. And if there's any die cutting of stamped images, which there actually isn't in this card this time, you would have to fussy cut those out. So then I've got this kit, and this one's got because I'm going to be using the Stylish Shapes dies again. I use those a lot, and I've got those die cut for you too with all the DSP. So for the $45 order before shipping and tax, using my host code, make sure you use that host code. You can find that by clicking that card class at home link, and you'll find everything you need to know there, including the host code. Okay, and then if you place the $60 order before shipping and tax, you'll also get a full pack of the rustic metallic dots. Now, since shipping is so far behind at Stampin' Up! Right now with the holidays, I've never seen them this far behind. It's been really popular here lately. I'm going to not be able to send these out. I'm having a deadline by the end of the month. I'm hoping I can do it before that. I would love to get them mailed out before Christmas, but it depends on when I get the rustic metallic dots in the mail. So I will ship them out as soon as I can. I should be able to get them mailed out by the end of the month. So I want to make sure I told you that. It's just going to take a little longer than usual just because their shipping's delayed. Okay, so there's the first card. Hope you like that one. Now we'll get going with the second card. Let's see. Yep, we'll be doing stamping. And let's see here. Don't want to lose it. So we're not doing any die cutting on this one. I'm going to do the Love and Warmth stamps. That's the one that you need to get. You need to get these two out. Those go together. This one here, this one, this little leaf one here. And I do believe that is it. Yes, that's it. Okay, so first off, I'm going to grab a square piece of basic white. I'm going to stamp the Love and Warmth right in the middle first. See if I can find that one. Do I have that? Oh, that's the wrong one. Love and Warmth. There we go. And I'm going to use Poppy Parade. So I'm going to stamp this right in the middle. It's a little easier to do this and then add flowers. I'll be having some flowers here to go around it. So now we've got the Love and Warmth ready. I'm going to take Evening Evergreen and this leaf one here, the one that's got little dots on the top, because those are going to be the centers of the flower. And I'm going to stamp one in this corner, like so, down just a little bit, because the flowers are going to be up here. If it does stamp into your greeting, that's okay. I'm going to put another one up here. Okay. Then I'm going to grab the flower, the trio stamp, and the crushed curry ink pad. And all these colors are from the Rings of Love DSP. And then these centers here line up with these centers right here. Let's see if I can do this without getting my head in the way. Oh, yeah. It's really easy to line up. Ink this up again. And turn it this way so I can see it a little bit better. Get those dots in the middle of the flowers lined up. There we go. I love it when we've got two stamps, so that way we don't have to use markers. It's a little easier to do it that way. Okay, we're done with the crushed curry. Now I'm going to take this leaf stamp and my soft suede ink pad. And I'm going to do this. All I wanted were just these leaves right here. So I'm going to kind of angle it so all I see are the leaves. Okay, so I'm going to put one there. Turn this over and we'll put one right there. Okay. Now, I'm just picking out colors that are going to be in the DSP. There's also Parakeet Party, so I wanted to use that. This is one of the newer in colors. I'm going to put this one in the corner over here. And then we'll turn this around and do this one in this corner. Okay. Then we want to grab, this one it's a lot of stamping, but it's easy stamping. So you want to get that leaf one that looks, let me try to get over the white like that, using my Night of Navy ink pad. I know leaves usually aren't navy, but it matches with the paper. So I'm going to kind of put a little one right there, just a little bit showing, and a little bit right there to fill that in. And then we'll do the same over here. Have some leaves right here. Kind of angle them a little bit. There we go. So we are all done with this piece. Now we're going to do some stamping on the inside too. Let me see if I can grab this piece of paper here. Oops, about ready to lose some stuff. So here's another piece of basic white for the inside. I'm going to, if you notice, I'm not saying the sizes. I think I did a couple times, but these are going to be in that PDF that you get if you order. So the people that order from me to get the kit, they're the ones that get the sizes. Okay, I need to do, I'm trying to think here. Oh yeah, I want to grab this one here in the Evening Evergreen again. And I'm going to put, this one in this corner, and this one in that corner. And then we're done with that one for now. Grab my crushed curry again. So I thought it would look neat to have the flowers going along the bottom here. Line those flower centers up. There we, that didn't do very good. Let's see if I can do that again. If I can do that twice and it lines up, that shows you how easy it is. Normally I can't do that. There we go. So we've got that there. And I decided to add a little something more to this one. This was the one that had the soft suede. I'm going to put it right here close to the middle. Kind of short though. Okay. Then there's a stamp that does berries. I'm going to bring in my Poppy Parade. This was a little too big for the front of the card, but the back needed a little something more. So I'm going to line it up between those leaves. Boy. I've got my microphone in the way, so it's making it so I don't push one side of my thing down. There we go. So we've got that ready to go. Then I'm going to grab the Parakeet Party again. I'm going to have this one here. This one right here. And I thought we needed to use a little bit of that Night of Navy for the leaves again. And I'm just going to have a little bit show down here. Okay, just have a little bit of a filler. There we go. So that is the inside of the card. So I think we're all done stamping, so we'll get that out of the way. And see, where did I put the card base? Oh, there we go. So here's a piece of Poppy Parade. Get those corners lined up here. Okay, that's ready to go. Let's go ahead and put the inside in. Oh, there's my seal. Almost didn't see it. We'll get this on the inside of the card quick. Does not make a pretty inside. I really liked how that turned out. So you can definitely do a really neat border with this stamp set. It is really pretty. Okay, now we're going to grab a piece of Petal Pink. Here's a square piece of Poppy Parade. That's going to be the mat for this one. Then I have a piece of Night of Navy. And this is the DSP that I'm using. Isn't that pretty? So this is another design. I'm making sure I use different designs for your cards, so you'll get as many as possible. This one is going to go right across that navy piece. Get some adhesive on here. I find it easier to go from a short end. I'm going to center it, but line up those edges. There we go. So it goes all the way across. Now we're going to put this on the top of the Petal Pink piece. Oh, I take that back. First, we're going to do something else. And that's okay. I've got adhesive on there. I'm going to grab my silicone mat because I can peel that back up again. I'm going to grab a piece of linen thread again. This is a 32-inch piece. And I'm going to fold it in half. So I'm going to get these ends together like so. Okay. Because I wanted to have, since it's thin, I want it to be like a double strand. It makes it a little faster if you don't have, if you've got it just folded in half. You don't have to wrap it around twice. So I want my bow to be over here on the left. I'm not going to worry about cutting this loop off just yet. I will be in a minute. So here on the left side, I'm going to tie this in a bow. It doesn't have to be perfect. With it being linen thread, you don't have to fussy too much about it. Now I'm going to kind of bring the loops down a little bit. I want it a little smaller. And while I'm doing this, because I might get confused about this little loop right here, I'm going to go ahead and cut that because I want it to be 2 separate pieces now. Okay. Get this the way I want it, get it nice and tight. And now it looks like I've wrapped it around twice. Once I get it put together, I'll kind of separate these out. I'll probably do it now. Separate those out a little bit. And I like the bow having 2 strands of the, here, let me get this. My adhesive is messing up. There we go. I like this having 2 loops. So it looks a little fancier than usual when you do it that way. Bring this one down just a little bit. Now I can put it on the top part of my petal pink piece. Once again, I'm going to line those edges up. Have it closer to the top than the bottom. Lay that down. There we go. I could have also probably just done it around the pink one for that matter. I didn't think about that. So whichever way you want to do it. But that was the way I did my original. Okay, so we've got that on. So now let's go ahead and put this on the card base. Yes, I want to put this on the card base. I'll get this going again. There we go. Sometimes you have to wheel it because when you lift up, sometimes you pull too much of the glue back, and that's why it doesn't work. So you just have to wheel it a little bit to get it started again. Okay, bring the card base in. Put this down like so. Then I'm going to put these together. So we'll turn this over. Well, there we go. Okay, yeah, I think I'll put a little bit on these too. Put this in the center of the square. Okay. And this one I'm going to pop up with dimensionals. I'm going to use my black ones again. You can definitely just use the white ones if that's all you have on hand. But since I'm using darker cardstock again. Okay. And you know what? Since it's kind of a big square, I'm going to go ahead and put one in the middle. Get my backings off. And this is going to be put right here. Okay. Have our little bow. That's where you go. If you want to trim the ends, I think this one's a little bit longer than I want it, so I'm going to trim that just a little bit. Okay. Oh, got adhesive on my hand. There we go. I couldn't get the thread to get off my finger. Okay, now we're almost done. We've got to use those rustic metallic dots. And I'm going to use a big one. If I can get a hold of it. Oops, I need to get some of that putty out again. Take some of the dried up stuff off of there. And you barely tighten it because it keeps coming out just a little bit after you twist it. So I always stop before I want it to because I know more is going to come out. Well, I cannot get a hold of that one. So we're going to go ahead and put this. I wanted to have one up in the corner here. Then I'm going to get some little ones. I'll put one down here. And like I said, you can always put more on if you want to or put them in different positions. But that's how I did mine. So there is the second card. So open that up. Love the flowers in this one. Okay, we have one more card to make. And I try to use different colors. Like this one is my darker one. This is kind of like a medium colored one. This next one's a little lighter. And it's a little bit different than just a regular card. It's not a fun fold, but I did do it a little different than a regular card. So first off, I'm going to grab my card base, this piece of Sahara sand. I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half. You can also score it at 4 1/4, but it works just as good just to fold it in half. Where did I put my bone folder? Oh, right here in front of my face. I love it when I do that. Okay, so we've got that folded in half. So this is my front, okay? I'm going to grab my paper trimmer, and I'm going to trim 1 inch off of this end. So I'm going to use the 1 inch that's here on the right. Line that up at the 1 inch mark, and just cut that off. So now it's shorter than the back, okay? I like to do this sometimes. And this can be used for something else. I did end up not using it on the card itself. So now we get the paper trimmer out of the way. we've got this ready to go. Let's see, I'm going to do some stamping. Yes, I don't think I'm going to be doing any die cutting. I went ahead and did the die cutting ahead of time. Oh, we are going to have to do some embossing. That's right. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that right now, so that way we can just put the card together. I am done die cutting. Okay. So now I've just got the base platform here. And grab this. Now in your kit, yours is already going to be embossed, but I've got this one right here. I've already cut it out. This is with the largest of these dies again, so that's how I cut it out. It's going to line up with the larger wood thing. Let's see here. See if I can remember how to do this. Yep, that's what I thought. Just line it up in the one that does not have the stamp. There's the Stampin' Up! Emblem right there. Do it on the opposite side. That's how it's going to line up. Keep it laid down like so. Put that right in there, okay? Put this down, fold first. We'll run it through. And that is a piece of vellum cardstock. I can't remember if I said that. Get this moved down. I keep hitting my microphone. Okay. Take this out, and now I've got the vellum piece embossed. So this will be in your kit. It'll look just like this in your kit. Okay, so put this out of the way. I don't know if I explained, when you order from me, you have to live in the United States per Stampin' Up! Rules, because that's where I live. We can only do business with the country that we live in. So I forgot to say that at the beginning. Okay, now we're ready to put this together. Where did I put my card base? Oh, my goodness, it was right here. Oh, there it is. I knew I'd find it. Okay, so we bring this back in. I've got a piece. I just had to use the bird paper. Isn't this pretty? I love this. So it's going to go right here. I'm going to line it right up with the fold, okay? So my piece of here. I love this side too, and we're going to use both sides. So you don't have to worry about, oh, we're covering this one up. We're going to use this on the inside of our card. So I'm going to put this, like I said, line up the edge of the DSP with the fold in the card. Okay, let's see if I can get a hold of it. That's a nice thing with the seal. You can lift it back up within about the first 10 minutes. There we go. And you'll see that there is a border right here, and that's what I want. Okay, so I want to have a little border in between these. This is going to be put right here, okay? Oops. Another piece of that linen thread. I used that on all 3 cards. Get some adhesive on here. And this one is just a little bit wider than this area right here. I'm going to put this right in here, right along the edge of the card base on the inside. Okay. And there we go. So we've got the card base ready. So that's just another little thing you can do. Fold it in half and take off 1 inch or so of the front. And then put some DSP behind it so you can see it. Okay, I think that looks pretty just like it is, but we're going to do some more stamping here. So let me grab this. And here's my thread. I'll be using that here in a minute. Let's grab this white circle. This is done with the Stylish Shapes dies. And like I said, it will be die cut in your kit. It's the second largest circle. Let me show you these dies too. I love these. I use them all the time. So I'm using both of these, the large and the second largest circle. And I'm also using the short fat banner, okay? But those are, like I said, I'll die cut if you order from me to get the kit. Now, I've got some cleaning to do here. I know that this is going to be used with another ink color, so I want to get that off of there. And let's see. Oh, the house. I'm using a different color. So get that cleaned off, and the roof. And I do believe that, oh, no, I need to do this one. We're going to use a different color on this one, too. Okay, I'm going to try to leave those there so I pick up the right ones. I've got tons of stamps laying around here. Okay, now this one, I wanted to make it look kind of like a wreath. So I'm going to use Mint Macaron. Haven't used this color yet. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this one. It's kind of curved a little bit. Let me stand up here so I can get it so it's curving about the same as the circle. There we go. I don't know why it does that every time. The first time I used this, I bet it was because I just cleaned it off with the navy. I probably should have stamped it a couple times. There we go. It looks a little more green. I must not have gotten everything off. I think I need to clean my chamois. I think that's the main problem. Then have them connect. There we go. Now it's looking more mint macaron. Keep going around like so until it looks like a wreath. I'll get back here. Okay. I also think I need to re-ink my, I'm okay with them overlapping. I think I'm going to go over this one just a little bit again to make it look a little more green. There we go. Okay, so now we've got that there. Let's see, what else do I want to do? Okay, I want to grab the flower stamp, and I'm going to keep using crushed curry. That's why I didn't clean it off. And I'm just going to put some flowers around it. It's okay if they come off the edges. I'm going to leave a little space. I'm not going to have them right next to each other. So it ends up covering up a lot of the leaves. But it looks really neat once you're done. Okay, so now we've got the leaves going around there. I mean, the flowers going around there. Then I also have a little splatter stamp. I forgot to show you the stamps, but those are all the stamps. Well, I actually kind of did at the beginning, but you do need the splatter with a soft suede ink pad. And I'm just going to make little dots. I think I'm going to stamp off. I did on my first. Oh, nope, we're going to do full because you can't really see them. Just in a couple little places. They're not going to be real close unless you want them to be. Just places where I do see a lot of white showing a little more. I'm going over the flowers a little bit too. So this is just making a border. I know it looks kind of funny, but it looks really good once you get done. And I think I'm going to add a little bit more here. Okay. So that one is ready to go. I'm going to grab a little square piece, a basic white, just be a scrap. And I'm going to be grabbing my mint macaron again. Hopefully it'll ink up good this time. Make sure that's clean. And then I will ink this up. Put it near the bottom because I want to make sure there's enough room for that roof. I'm going to be fussy cutting this out when we're done. There's the mint macaron. Yeah, I definitely need to do something with this ink pad, I think. That does not look right. Okay, it looked right earlier today. You know what? I'm going to try that again. See if we can make this look a little better because that did not look very good. Let's go down here maybe. Oh, that's a lot better. Love 2 sides of cardstock. Now I'm going to grab the Night of Navy ink pad, and this one's going to have a Night of Navy roof. Now, when you think you've got it right on top, come down just a little bit. That's how I get it, because I would think it was lined up, and then I'd have a white gap there. So I kind of lined it up. If it looks good, like it's lined up good, then I just bring it down just a little bitty. It's not even 1/8 of an inch. It's really small. Right now, not even 1/16 of an inch, and that makes it so you don't have that white gap. So let's see. Oh, we need the banner. Where'd I put that? Oh, there we go. Here's the die cut banner. It's going to be in your kit. I still need the Night of Navy. I forgot about that. And I'm using the Just For You. I want to use a different greeting on all of them. I'm going to put this near the center. There we go. So that's ready to go. And, oh, we are going to do a little more stamping on this one. I'm going to take this. I'm going to use the mint macaron, since this one just has the light colors in the paper. Hopefully this will look green. But it probably won't look too green since we're using this, stamping it on the Sahara Sand cardstock. There, we've got that. Oh, I meant to do the flowers. Okay, when you do yours, I would stamp the flowers first. Oh, actually, you wouldn't know how. Never mind, just do it the way I'm doing it. Sometimes I have to think things through out loud. You can't see the dots as well without being so light. But you can see them a little bit. I think I'm going to be able to be okay. Oh, no, that lined up fine. So, yeah, I would do this first and then do the flowers. So I just thought it needed a little more inside. So now we are all done with the stamping. So let me get my ink pad and sit back down again. Get these close up. So we've got that and this. I'm going to grab my house here and my paper snips. And this fussy cuts out pretty quick. And there is a little bit of a piece coming out for the roof line. So I'm going to kind of go around it. What I'm doing whenever I do little curves, whenever I move, I don't move the scissors that much. I move the paper more than the scissors. Just keep going around. There's no intricate cutting on this one, so it's super easy to cut out. Okay, we got a little spot here for the roof. Turn. Go around this way. There. I could have done that ahead of time, but I wanted to show you how easy that is to fussy cut out. So I'm going to grab another circle. Let's grab that I did here. I had my Sahara sands. Oh, there it is. Okay, here's the larger circle. So I'm going to put this right in the middle. I'm going to use just regular adhesive. Put this right here. And now I wanted this flowers to show a little more, but I wanted a little something behind the house. So there's this, and it does kind of tear just a little bit being vellum, but that's okay. They're not all torn. It's all going to stay together. Actually kind of looks neat. Part of them are torn. I don't think anybody's going to notice. I'm only putting adhesive here in the middle because I know that's going to be hidden where the house is at. I'm going to put it on the center, kind of like, yep, that looks good. So lay that down. I'm going to take my house here. I'm going to put it down with regular adhesive too, because I'll be popping the whole circle up. Just kind of put that right there. Okay. Now, I'm going to have this hanging over. I'm going to put this in my dish before I lose it. This hangs over the edge here, so I only want dimensionals on this side. So I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to remember, so when I turn over where my hand is at, this is the side that I want the dimensionals. So I'm going to go at the halfway point here. I think I'm even going to put one right here, maybe go in a little bit. And then we'll put one right here, okay? Nothing over here. Let's see, take your pick tool. Get all these paper backings off. Okay, I'm going to lay this down. I'm going to do it gently right now. I'm going to put it right about here. I don't want it to go past the cardstock on the bottom, a card base that is. So I'm going to lightly put that down. No dimensionals are showing, so go ahead and put it down all the way. Now I'm going to grab my Just For You thing here. Once again, this side is going to be on the dimensional side, but we need a dimensional here. So grab another one of these. Take the backing off. And this one is just going to cover up the corner of the house just a little bit. And like so. So now we've got that already, almost. Now we're going to grab this again. This one is an 18-inch piece. Once again, I'm going to fold this in half again. And I'm going to tie it in a bow. Like so. So we have that double tight bow. Bring this down a little bit. I made sure that you're getting more ribbon, or thread, than what you need, because I'm going to be clipping some of these off. This actually needs to be a little bit smaller, so bring that in. Okay. Now, just to make sure I'm not getting myself confused, I can get my scissors to come out. They're stuck. There we go. I don't know how I did that. I'll cut this loop. There we go. Now I'm going to grab some glue dots. And I'm going to put this on here. Now the glue dot is bigger than the knot in our bow. So when I lift this up, I'm kind of squeezing. I am squeezing the mini glue dot, so it's really small. So it's just all you see is you don't see it anymore. It's all just on the back. When I squeeze it, it makes it so there's nothing sticking up the top and the bottom. I'm going to put this right here in the top right corner of my greeting, kind of angle it a little bit so we don't cover up that just for you. Now I'm going to trim these so they're smaller. Actually, that side looks pretty good. I don't think I need to trim that one. So we've got that ready to go. Now I've got the rustic metallic dots again. I'm going to use 2 big ones. See, that came out even more than it did before. So it keeps coming out after you get some out. I'm going to put this down here at the bottom and do another big one. Boy, this stuff is not wanting to work for me today. And we'll put this up at the top of this one. I thought that just kind of gave it a finished look. So that is, I'm going to move this a little bit so the bows will angle a little more. There we go. Now we can see the just for you. So there is the last card. I think this one's my favorite, but I'm also partial to that bird paper, so I think that might be why it's my favorite. So I'm going to bring all of these in. And don't forget, if you're watching the premiere as it's premiering, which is by recorded live, I guess is what I'll call it, then you will get, when you're in the chat, because that's how I'll know whether you watched it with me during the premiere. If your comments are in the chat area, then I will put your name in the drawing, and you need to get back with me and tell me which card you want, and then give me your mailing address, and I'll get it mailed out to you. And those of you watching after the premiere, the recorded part, then still comment. You'll be commenting below the video this time. I will put your names in the drawing, and when I do the live in 2 weeks, you'll get. I will do my little spinning wheel again and choose the 2 winners for the last 2 cards. So that's how it's going to work. Like we did at the beginning, I only had 2 cards left, and that's what we did the drawing with. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Sorry I couldn't be live with you today. I can tell I did the right things. My back's getting kind of sore, so I need to go sit down for a little while. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, let me go to the next one here. You've got until December 15th to place an order to get the supplies for these cards free. You'll get supplies to make 2 cards of each, so you have 6 cards total. You have to place a $45 order before shipping and tax to get the card kit. If you bump it up to a $60 order, you get your rustic metallic adhesive back dots for free. You get a full pack to use. Now, because those are not included in the $45 order section. If you wait until the 15th, though, and place a $75 order or more before shipping and tax, then you get free shipping. So if you're planning on placing an order that's $75 or more before shipping and tax, then wait till Thursday, December 15th, and get that free shipping. Because I don't want you to miss out on that, because that's a big savings. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Merry Christmas, a blessed one, and Happy New Year, too, because I'll be seeing you a couple days after New Year's for the next live. So have a great time, guys, during the holidays, and I will see you in a couple weeks. Bye.